Welcome back, guys, to the best podcast in the world with me, Jessica.
And me, Zoe.
Don't keep them waiting any longer.
I hated the way I said Zoe the last time.
How did you say it? Zoe?
No, I don't know. It was just weird.
So, we're sat here. Zoe has a cap on today. She's been told off multiple times by the producers. And I've been told off for my mammoth jacket. I look like a fucking tank.
I'm just a girl.
Just a girl.
Look, here's your thing. See, I've got like something brewing on my forehead.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to deal with people looking at that, okay? So it's actually for everyone else's benefit.
Okay. On today's episode, we are going to talk about what's been on our plate, physical and emotional, because me and Zoe haven't seen each other for 2 weeks.
At 14 full days, by the way.
Which is our longest probably ever. And we have said that, well, I've said to her, like, I can't wait to hear all about Malaga. But it's weird because although we are like best friends, I like don't want to know about it over text.
We've hardly spoke.
Yeah, because I want to speak about it on the podcast. Because I don't want to hear it twice, you know what I mean? I want to hear my true reaction of like, oh my gosh. But then equally, that's also not nice either. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we're saying that, but it is like, when I'm there, it's like, how's
how's
your
it?
holiday? Like, it's not
We don't go,
no
silence.
Conversation, but it's just not like anything that happens or anything that I think, oh, I'm going to say that. I've just not.
No, totally. We're also going to talk a little bit about what we've been watching, what we've been reading recently, just a few bits and bobs. Coachella, we're going to break down Coachella influencer Olympics.
I'm going to give my opinion on absolutely everyone in attendance.
Cannot wait. And we're also going to talk about a few listener messages that we've got that you guys send us, which we think are worth reading out. And if we've got any time, a lot on your plate. And if we've run out of time, we're going to head over to Patreon.
Highly likely.
And then we're going to talk a bit about some random thoughts that we've had and divulge into our new makeup products and bits and bobs that some of our lovely Patreon listeners have asked in the chat, which we're going to talk about. So if you want to know about that, come and meet us over there because it's great fun, honestly. So worth £3 a month.
It's a good place to be, I would say.
Perfect. And also the bonus episode of our Southside tours going out this week.
Yep.
Our vlog.
Our first vlogging experience.
We're vloggers.
First of all, I've got you a spitter swallow.
Can you wait?
I've actually tried it, but I'll still pretend I haven't, okay?
All right then.
It's the Iron Brew Raspberry Ripple.
Keeping it Scottish. Gorgeous.
So I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Do you like raspberry ripple things in general?
Yeah. I'm not big on fizzy, I'm not big on, what do you call it, can of juice.
A can of juice?
Do you know what? That's another thing we need to do
That's
soon.
an absolute lie. You love a Coke Zero?
Yeah, sorry. I was going to continue the conversation. I'm not a huge fan of fizzy drinks. That's only been like a recent 2-year thing.
Same, to be honest.
But like fruity things, unless it's a Fanta Limon in the Spanish sunshine. We need to do another episode on Spanish? Scottish versus English
Hola.
phrases. Hola, señorita. Hold on. Oh, no, I don't like that.
Do you not? Is it too sweet?
Yeah, it's that creamy, soda-y taste.
I'm going to tell you exactly what that tastes like, unless you can guess.
Cherry Coke?
Nope.
Foamies.
A squashy.
Squashy.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I actually think it's quite enjoyable.
It needs a bit more of Iron Brew through it for me. Because I love Iron Brew.
It depends what sip you take. It's as if it needs a mix. A wee stir.
Okay, I'm liking it a bit more now.
I think it's quite pleasant.
It's quite pretty. Don't
Where are you going to put that?
know. Murray.
I'm going to actually just sit
Come
with mine
save
and
the day.
sip away.
Thank you so much. Guys, we also have our flowers of the day. Our mud bunch. It's peony season.
They're gorgeous, by the way.
My favourite time of year is peony season, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You two are the first to receive mud peonies this year. Woo!
What an honour.
They're kind of open more than I thought. They've opened.
They've, what is the word I'm looking for? Flourished.
Blossomed.
Blossomed. Bloomed. Is that a word?
Yeah. So peonies, this is quite early for peony, no? I thought it was more May.
Peony or peony?
Oh, am I saying it wrong?
No, I'm just taking the piss. I think it's peony.
Peony. It's got some sort of like daisies through it as well. I prefer them sort of closed. What do you think? They look beautiful when they're open, but I love them when they're in a bunch and they're like tightly
Wee
closed.
balls.
Yeah.
No, I quite like that bunch. That's kind of giving me, you've ran through the fields. It's a gorgeous summer day. You've got a wee floral maxi dress on, wee strappy dress, something we would never wear. And you're running through in your bare feet, toes through the grass and all that, and then you're just picking them up as you go.
It sounds like you've done that before.
What do you
You
think?
took me right back. So thank you so much for that lovely bunch.
Thank you so much.
That
That was good from you.
Get yours now. What?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We can make that a thing. Right. Let's get in and about it. I want to know every fucking thing. So I'm going to start with you this week.
It's a nice place to be.
It is. I want to know what's been a lot on your plate. Let's do emotionally first, but it doesn't need to be anything bad. It can be good. So let's just talk about Malaga.
Okay, fine.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Well, in case anyone hasn't picked up yet, I was in Malaga last week, 7 days ago, and I went with my mum and my two brothers, a wee fam trip, and we hadn't been away abroad together for 8 years.
Wow.
I know.
Where was the last trip together?
Florida, Disneyland.
Gorge.
I know. My wee brother can't remember it. Selfish.
He must have been so young though, by the way.
He wasn't even that young. He just remembers bad things about the trip.
Oh.
That's just kids' feel, isn't
Trauma.
it? Miserable. So anyway, we went for 3 nights and it was gorgeous. This is what I'll say. Malaga to me was almost like, I said this to you earlier, not as bad as Tenerife, right? But like the sort of place that I just think, you just went there in your summer holidays and you were at school and it was just very beachy, quite like British touristy.
Right.
But I was wrong. I couldn't have been further from wrong.
Is it giving like Lisbon, Barcelona?
Absolutely that. And I will admit I was wrong, right? So it was just streets and streets of tapas bars, like places to drink, all different places to eat, all wee old town streets. Like it was never ending.
Wow.
There's like a cathedral to go and see, like a big kind of garden, like bit you can walk about. We also walked up the castle. I was fucking done in. It was scorching hot for a start, and I had like a wee cropped denim shirt on. Obviously, I didn't want to take it off, obvious reasons. And I was sweating my pan in. I thought my mum was going to actually keel over. But we managed it. We got so far and we thought, right, see if we just get to that part, we'll stop there. We didn't. We kept walking, proud of us. And we got right to the top and there was a bar at the top.
Oh, perfect.
Sangria. We sangria. Take its edge off. Anyway, I would really recommend doing that if you go to Malaga because I thought it was really nice. And then you see over and then you can see the
Is it like a nice view?
Yeah. It's like all over the old town, sort of like from the back. And then at the front, it's down at the kind of like port marina.
Gorgeous.
All the big fancy yachts.
Yeah.
So we went down to that one day as well and just had a wander about. Do you know what I'll say about a yacht? See if you were rich beyond belief, you didn't need to think about money, is that something you would buy?
Possibly.
Because I just think,
don't know.
What's really, I know this is just from someone who's obviously not got a yacht, but I kind of don't know the purpose, if that makes sense, right?
Because like your own mini cruise.
I know, but I suppose it's because maybe it's because I don't find the thought of a cruise appealing.
Right.
Because I'm like, see, once basically that's just your mode of transport. That's exactly, how I see it anyway. So once you've got to these places, bearing in mind you have to pay thousands of pounds to park it there.
Yeah.
Every night.
That's right.
You're then not really on that yacht.
And you have to pay all the people that are on the boat, all your crew.
Your staff.
Who are paid a fortune.
So, like shipwrecked.
Yeah.
So I'm just confused, like.
the point of
the
it.
point of the actual physical yacht.
Maybe it's a sort of status thing as well.
I think that's exactly what it is. But I just feel like, I think I would rather like a private jet.
A lot of people do enjoy being at sea.
And just sitting on the yacht.
Tranquilness of it. Yeah, they can just be in the middle of the ocean, which must feel quite liberating. Like you're just on there like, wow.
I think I'd be scared there was a shark.
No, same, to be fair. But then you would dock. I guess you pay like a yearly fee to dock at your parking space. Get Ringo up, park my yacht, get on there, and then you would just go and eat at nice fish restaurants and back on your yacht. I suppose their bedrooms and that are really nice.
I know, do you know what it is? It's just personal preference when you think about it. Like, obviously, if I wanted one, I would just buy one, right? But, that was obviously a joke, by the way, because I'm not a fucking billionaire. But I understand when I see people sunbathing on them when they're parked up, because I think, well, it's your own space, we sunbathe, you've maybe got a wee jacuzzi or something on it. But I just more thought, in terms of travelling, is it really worth the money when you're always just getting off it? That was my thought process. Anyway, I just had to put that out there because I was in deep conversation about it at the time.
So one of my good friends works on a yacht. I think we've spoken about this before. Right. And I think he was a Russian oil tycoon at the time, the one he was working for. But he was on it for a good chunk of the year. And only a few weeks of the year they would rent it to, well, they rented it to the Kardashians and they would join them sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I guess I'm saying this, I don't really know the full yacht experience.
Yeah, and these are like super yachts as well, so they're not like the ones we would rent if we went to flipping Formentera in Ibiza.
No, I suppose it's like a
mansion on sea.
It's a mobile house, isn't it?
You probably wouldn't even know you were on the water half the time.
I'm thinking seasickness.
And imagine that saying like, right, Captain, I'm now in the south of France, take me to the Bahamas. And then I guess for I don't know how long that would take, maybe a week or two. I don't know.
Yeah, number of days at least.
Yeah, and then you would stop off in a few places on the way if you wanted to, you wouldn't need to. And then next minute you wake up and you're like, I'm now bathing in fucking St. Lucia.
But on the way there, you have been able to go up and experience the weather and etc, etc.
Yeah. Interesting topic.
No, I do see the perks to an extent, but I just thought, I'm not sure it's where my money would first go.
Would love to, any of our listeners, if you are a crew member of yachts, tell us your deepest, darkest secrets, because I know a few, but I couldn't really say an awful lot on that episode when we spoke about celebrities because my friend had said he'd signed NDAs.
Yeah, for the big.
So there was a few things changed, but the stories I've heard are wild. Some celebrities that are known to be so friendly are complete and utter see you next Tuesdays.
Terrible. Anyway, I had a deep conversation about that, obviously, at the time, about the yacht situation, whilst I was looking at them, obviously saying that I wouldn't want one if I was rich, quite clearly, because I just can't have one. But anyway...
It's getting bitter.
Yeah. I would really recommend Malaga to everyone, actually.
Well, you've certainly influenced me.
I just think, you know, when you want one of those weird breaks and it's like...
How long's the flight?
3 hours.
So Malaga's the airport, we were talking about this earlier, that you go to Marbella in, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
and like Costa del Sol.
Right, so I can't imagine it's too long if you wanted to go to Malaga for a city break and then you could pop to Porto Banús or wherever it is in Marbella. Yeah.
I think you can actually also get to Seville quite quickly from there.
Nice.
When you're driving from the airport, there's a sign for Seville and somewhere else that I now can't remember the name of.
Where's Madrid?
Fuck knows. I don't understand.
I haven't really explored mainland Spain that much.
I don't understand the world map at all.
Madrid. So Madrid is right central Midlands. Right, okay. So, right, yeah. So Madrid's right in the middle. Marbella is right on the coast, obviously. Then you've got Seville.
So Madrid, there's no coast there then?
No, that is a pure city.
Just a pure city, right?
I've heard Madrid's amazing. Valencia, Alicante, Murcia, they're all on the coast.
Yep.
Gibraltar. Never been there. I never realised that was... No, of course it's not. Is that Spain? Oh my God. No, it's its own little...
Thanks for attending a geography lesson.
Guys, I'm terrible with this. You think I would know everything.
I don't know if
I do not.
Clue if I'm
Gibraltar's its own country, right? Surely that used to have been a part of Spain. Conquered. It's owned by Britain. Look how tiny. No, sorry, but look how tiny that is, Zoe. So that's Spain. Yeah? Gibraltar. Same. Look. Wow. That's tiny.
Betty, that's the size of Scotland.
Not even. That's the size of Glasgow.
Glasgow.
I'd like to go there now. Anyway, sorry, we digress.
I know, a wee geography lesson for us all. What I would recommend is getting a wee apartamentos
Yeah.
in the Old Town.
Gorgy.
Which is
Airbnb or?
I think it was actually just on oldbooking.com, but my mum got that one. However, it was perfect. I don't know if anyone saw my pickies, but we had like balconies, like old style balconies.
Yeah.
With like the shutters and everything that opened right up, and we were literally on the main street that took you to like the big square. It was perfect.
Love it.
Although it was noisy at night.
Right.
But I don't mind that. I feel because we're like young and hip, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. But if you
My mum
were...
doesn't mind it either.
Right.
But there was one night that I was struggling to sleep, and because I was already struggling, that didn't help. Do you know what I mean? But people were making some racket until everything's late there.
Oh, what is it? They have a little siesta and then they go and eat at 10 p.m.
So it was like 2 in the morning and it was still all kicking off in the bar. I was like, get to fucking bed, it's late. You know what I mean? And then obviously you've got everyone pulling in their like outdoor furniture and their heaters and stuff. What a racket.
What do you mean?
Like, because obviously all the places have got like outdoor chairs.
Oh, sorry, I see what you mean.
Like everything, they're pulling them inside to shut.
I get it,
So
yeah.
I was hearing like all the hustle and bustle of the end of the evening.
Yeah.
It was actually the middle of the next morning. But see, if you're not bothered by that, I will let you know where I stayed, because I would recommend it apart from that. That upholstery needed a wee wash, but it wasn't like dirty, it was just a bit done in.
So give us your top 5 must-dos in Malaga.
Right, well, I would say the castle for one.
Yep. Here it comes.
It's got a funny name. Gibralfaro. I don't know if that's how you say it, but just type what I just said. Gibralfaro. I kept calling it Gibraltar because I thought it looked like that. Anyway, I would say that definitely walk up it. Maybe take a bottle of water. And if you don't have one, take cash, because there was a guy selling it, but he didn't take cards, so we were all deed. And then you can get to the top, and there's a wee bit that you pay €3 each or something like that, and it takes you into the actual top bit where the bar is. Worth it.
For your sangria.
Absolutely. Picasso Museum, listen, I'm not really all arts and crafts.
Yeah.
That much. I don't mind. I love the Banksy thing, because that's more like cool and mysterious, and I'm a bit like, oh, I don't know much about this, so there's more to see. Whereas Picasso, I thought he was quite shite.
Right.
As an artist.
Yeah. It was like he was just like, la 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 la.
Yeah, it was like he wasn't even looking. So there's
I feel like that with a lot of art.
It's shite.
They're like, you're not really that good. You just basically did a few strokes.
And then charged $3,000 and some just paid it, now you're big time.
Yeah.
I know, it's pathetic.
Anyway, we've just slagged fucking Picasso, but...
I know, sorry about that.
Truth bomb.
I mean, it was absolutely packed. It was... Picasso's going to sue me. It was packed to the brim, so people obviously love it.
Yeah.
However, there was a couple of rooms in it. I did one room and then I sat in the sun, because it's in a nice like open house thing. So there's like an open square. What is it you're laughing at?
Dead it is. Oh.
So I just sunbathed for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's 2 people in this world. Little Froggy was back. I can't with the laughing fits today. I know.
Oh.
Snap out of it.
I can't. Boom.
No, that's not you laughing more. I know what you need to go to. The food market. Atarazana's.
Is it an indoor market or?
Yeah, indoor market, but there is like rows of kind of high stooled tables outside.
Like time out type vibe.
Yeah, never been there.
You know what a time out market is? They're in quite a lot of cities.
I know, but I've just never been. But I'm assuming it's like a lot of the markets you can get like fresh juices at the fruit ones, and then like grilled prawns and all that, the fish ones. And then there was a bar, so you could sit out there with a wee drink and a wee nibble.
Cerveza.
I would recommend doing that. Lovely. And then I just think go and fill yourself up with tapas and sangria.
Yeah.
Or an Aperol spritz.
What was that breakfast place you sent me?
Gorgeous. Ana La Fantastica. That one? No, that wasn't it. What's wrong with my accent?
No, it's perfect.
That wasn't it. That was in a place called, I got an acai bowl. And Brunch It, it was called. There's quite a few of them.
That was it, Brunch It.
And I will be honest, see if you see it from the outside, you wouldn't go in.
Right.
Because it's all the flowers round the door. Quite like gimmicky, quite Instagrammy, but 10 years ago, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the kind of neat. Anyway, the food was unreal. So I would
Can't
really
judge a book by its cover.
No, absolutely not. And that I did not do. So go there, definitely. Loads of options in the menu. We all had a great time. And then if you want a really good pastry, Ana La Fantastica. That's where I got the croissant filled with pistachio cream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you loved that, didn't you?
It was really good. I love pistachio.
And where did you find your recommendations? Or did you just stumble on them? Or did you do a bit of Googling?
I would love to say I take credit for all this. However,
brother?
TikTok's got a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, loads of people, I put it on my IG story, and loads of people messaged.
So they did, because you
like
said...
quite a lot of places to go for tapas. But it's hard because everywhere looks good.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually get to go to a couple of them because we stumbled across something that looked
And
nice.
what's the one that your mum loves? For a gambas
Casa
peel?
Fucking hell, she went on about her gambas peel the whole time. Casa Lola. There's a few of them, but I would recommend going there. But yeah, that's really it.
Sounds amazing.
Went to the shops. The shops are good. Big shopping
Zara.
street. Zara, Stradivarius, Sephora.
They're all so cheap as well.
I actually didn't buy a single thing. Can you believe
Good.
that?
No.
Do you know what it was? You do realise it's the stuff at home to an extent, right?
They just merchandise it better.
I know, and obviously you're looking at summer stuff in a summer climate.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more appealing.
Yes.
But also, I was roasting hot, so I couldn't be bothered trying. And
Yeah.
you don't want to
Changed.
not try and then you can't return. Do you know what I mean? And then Sephora, I'd got quite a few new bits recently, so I didn't really need anything.
Yeah. Oh, they've got Sephora there, have they? Well, that's good.
And there was quite a lot of brands not in it that I would say I quite like these days, so I just was a bit like...
There's a Sephora coming to Manchester Trafford Centre, by the way. I was there last week.
Is there?
That's going to be our most closest one to us. Thought that was worth shouting out. It's not open yet.
I mean, because they do have a UK website now,
Yeah.
but I'm not really into that.
But I feel like Sephora is the same as Space NK now.
It is a bit.
Space NK is really... And you know what? Boots. I've said it before, but Boots is good as well now.
The premium boots are
Premium
unreal.
Boots, yeah. What else was going to say to you? And you've got New York in 3 weeks with your mum.
I'm going to bloody NYC, the Big Apple.
Jesus.
City that never sleeps. I'm a busy woman.
You're a busy lady.
It's exhausting. I'm going to see Billy Joel.
Yeah, that's really cool. Sing a song.
I can't. It's not really my key.
Do it in your key.
Always a woman to me.
Oh, yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So I told someone I was going to see him and they asked me if he was still alive.
Do you know what? When you said me that, I was a bit unsure as well.
More songs than you know.
Love it, Billy Joel. So...
Anyway, what the frickin' frick have you been up to? Because I feel like I don't have a clue what you've been doing.
Okay, because I've been off Insta.
You know, well, yeah, and I've just... I don't know, like...
I feel like I've not physically stopped, but also have, if that makes sense.
You've been living your life without me in it.
Yeah. Not by choice. That's your own problem.
It's a sad day.
So I think I've been getting briefly ready, exercising for Berlin on the weekend.
Yeah. High Rocks number
3.
3. Tres.
CBA, if I'm honest.
I'm fluent in Spanish now, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a funny thing to tell you. So I was on my iPad last night watching this program, which we'll get into in a minute. And I really hope this has happened to many of the people, but I looked at my Duolingo, you know, the little owl.
Yeah.
And he was dead. Right? And I'm like, why is my Duolingo owl dead? He's literally got loads of wrinkles and he's like that. And I've just checked here on my phone and he's alive. But it's because I've not downloaded it. But they must change the icon when you've not been on it for so long.
That's brilliant.
Well, fucking brilliant from you. So yeah, that means my Spanish is not fluent as yours because my owl is dead.
Speaking of that though, my mum has got a streak on Duolingo, I might have touched on this before.
Yeah, so she's just been constant.
It's 1,400 and something days.
So she must
by
be
the
quite
way.
good at it, by the way.
Yeah, she's not missed a day in that whole time. She does it like in the toilet pubs and all that to get so she doesn't lose her streak. Can I say I fucking think she'll be annoyed at me saying that because she can, right? She can. She's actually quite good, but I need her to be fluent. At this point, do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm doing that for a month, I want to be fluent, never mind for
Listen,
4
the
years.
Duolingo app, though, I felt like I did it for a bit, like New Year, New Me and all that. And I can really recognise words when it's like, what is this? Man, woman. And it's like, yeah, well, that's clearly
That's
a man.
what she says.
But for me to then somebody say, right, say it in a sentence, you have to basically live in that city or country and or speak to somebody fluently.
Yeah, you
for
do.
a while for you to actually
It needs to be an active, because like doing it on that app is great, and as you said, she could read things quite well
Yeah.
and remembered basics like bills and stuff like that, whereas someone tells me that and I forget 2 minutes later what it is.
What is it?
La cuenta.
La cuenta. Por favor.
Cuenta. But she obviously does know quite a lot, but I couldn't do something for so long and not be then fluent. I'd be done in.
Spanish, I would love to learn.
Anyway, so go back to what you've been up to.
Yeah, so I've been briefly getting ready for Berlin, which is on Saturday. So next time we speak, I'll have done it. So this is the one where I'm doing it with my friend Rebecca, and it's the open one, women's, where hopefully I get a good time. But I'll be honest with you, I've really slacked. I don't think I'm going to get the time that I so confidently said a few weeks ago, but I'm going to try. If I can beat my time with me and Richard, then I'll be happy.
No one can remember what you said. It's fine.
Sub 110.
It just reminds everyone.
Yeah, but I don't mind because I'm not bothered. I would love that. But looking into it, I'm like, that actually is really hard. And it is Rebecca's first High Rocks as well.
Mm-hmm. And you were saying earlier it's all outside this time.
Yeah, so for anyone that cares, which they probably don't, but Berlin High Rocks is now going to be all outside. But this is the cool part, which I think is really cool. We're running on an old airfield. So it's one from like World War II. Obviously not functioning, but we're running the full 1K lap. You never know. Oh no, yeah, we can discuss that soon. Zoe texts in the group chat like, guys, are we actually going to war? So
get ready with me for war.
Get ready with me for the trenches. It's not even funny, but it is. It's just the Gen Z are not going to war. Let's face it, they are too lazy. They could never.
They could never.
So the 1K loop, which if you've ever been to another one, sometimes it can be quite confusing. It's like 2 laps of the building or 2.5, sometimes 3 on some and then 2. But this is a full 1K lap of the airfield outside. I really hope it doesn't rain. And then the rest of all the stations are all outside as well. So it's going to be quite an experience. But I do think if you are going for it in like a competitive way where you want to beat a previous time, that's where I feel like it may be a little bit unfair. Because, well, either way, it might be really beneficial.
It might actually be really beneficial.
But if it's raining, then you're traipsing in wet shoes when you're trying to push a sled and pull it and slipping doing burpees, all that bollocks.
I feel like they must not get rain at this time of year because that would be a really stupid decision.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There was a lot of angry Germans in the comments. Like,
was there?
Yeah, they were like, what happens if, like, how's that fair? And I thought, oh, I personally was buzzing. I'm excited to have like a different, because all it is just a fucking fun workout. But I guess there are people that are there that are wanting to beat a previous time. Yeah. And then that's not fair.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so I'm doing that on Saturday, but I'll be honest with you, there's 10 of us going. I'm actually really looking forward to going back to Berlin because I've done a bit of research and there's a few places I really want to tick off the list and do it quite differently. Praying for good weather because there's a few rooftop bars that I want to go to where it's quite edgy, and then a big gorgeous place on the lake in Berlin where it's got canal boats and a nice place to lunch, where I'm going to try and go on Friday.
Sounds gorgeous.
Tried to book us all something on Saturday night. No one would let 10 people in. They're like, that one man went, that is an event. You have to call months in advance for that. I was like, oh, all right then, fine. So that was a hard no. So I've been getting ready for Berlin a little bit. Had quite a lot of work stuff to do, which has been quite exciting.
You were really boss bitch productive whilst I was away.
I was. Podcast bits, there was lots going on for that, so that was quite good. And then, guys, I went to probably one of the best events I've been to ever.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I'm annoyed at myself because I wasn't going to go. And those nights where you least expect it are good, aren't they?
Always.
So we've discussed before, but I'm a member of Soho House, which was coming to Glasgow. It hopefully is soon. But they do this thing, if you are a member, called Cities Without Houses. So all the cities around the UK, or the world actually, that don't have a house but potentially will, and there's got a lot of creative people in that space, they allow you to have a membership. It's cheaper. You still have access to all the houses around the world, but because you don't have one here, they put on events. And there hasn't been one for a while, if I'm honest. And in the app, I noticed there was one coming at the gate, which was near the Barras, if anyone doesn't know. I think we've mentioned it on our pod about
places to go
that are good cocktails for an older crowd. Anyway, I said to my friend Nat, who is also a member, she does my lashes, I says, do you fancy this? Because she's not been to an event yet. She was like, absolutely. So I booked it on the app. It's free. Unlimited drinks as well, which I always forget about.
That's well good.
I think it's just because they try and put it all out for you.
Yeah.
So got to the gate and I hadn't been before, loved it, really nice cocktail.
Am I right in saying that's a tiny wee place?
Yes, right next to the sex shop that we went in that time. And went in, met with Nat, sat with Poppy, who's the membership manager here in Scotland, and she was like, right, drink your drink. We've got a surprise. And I was like, what? She went, we're not actually staying here in the gate. Because I thought, what's going on? Like, what is this?
Not really a dinner.
But I knew we were getting fed though. But I was aware the gate isn't somewhere you eat.
Yeah.
And then she went, right, we're going to walk across to the Barras. The Barras is the big indoor market, which people that aren't from here, it's like a very legendary
market.
Old school marketplace, wouldn't you say? That is still kind of like, now it's a bit more edgy, up and coming. You've still got your people in the streets heckling down like prices and things, but
shouting words.
There are some really cool places to go and get some nice bits and bobs in there anyway, and vintage shops, whatever. But it was shut, obviously. So we went in through the shutters, and you may have seen on my Instagram already, but there was like a long dining table all set up beautifully, like really cool Soho House vibes. But in the middle of the Barras, like all old school marketing displays. I don't even know how to explain it.
But almost as if it was set up, but just at shutting times, you've still got the sort of feel of the
market's still like set in like the 50s, 60s though. Do you know what I mean? With
kind
all the old school posters,
but in a cool way.
And then the shutters were up for one of the food places, and any foodies will know, but behind there was Tom Kitchen, who is like one of the best chefs ever, really famous Scottish chef, Michelin chef. He was there. So I turned around, there's only 20 people in this city, and I turned around and he was there, and I went, oh my God, Tom Kitchen. And he looked at me and laughed. I was like, I had no idea he was there. A few people around the table did. I went, wait, are you cooking for us today? And he was like, yes. So I obviously was fucking buzzing.
I can absolutely imagine.
Because not everyone around that table in the creative industry are foodies. They're either in like the actors, singers, and I'm not saying that but I really appreciated that. I was like, oh my God, I could have cried. So
yeah, like it just doesn't mean the same to everyone else.
People were laughing at me because I was, I'm quite over the top anyway.
Steaming, I'd imagine.
I was just trying to be cool, but I couldn't.
You're like, oh cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Ate with him before.
Bothered. And then read the menu, and he said that this was one of his best things he'd done in his career, where it was, I really want to sort of showcase the Barras history, which I don't know because I never grew up in Scotland, but he said he texted so many friends that were like, right, what do you remember when you went to the Barras as a kid? And they were like, oh, the hot sugary donuts or the Tunnocks tea cakes, the hot dogs, whatever. So he created like a Michelin style version of Scottish classic like pies.
That's a real good idea.
And it was just really cool. But the pie was like bone marrow peas with like not Wagyu beef because that's Japanese, but like Scotch beef from the Highlands. Orkney crab, lobster rolls, just so fucking good. And yeah, it was amazing. Then after that, on the same night, House of Gods Glasgow hotel is opened in Merchant City, and I got invited to the opening. So did you, but you were away. And
gutted.
A lot of people from Soho House went there because Mike, the owner, is also on the committee of that. So
that's right.
I felt like it was an after party for where we were, but it wasn't. And
worked quite well, actually.
It worked perfect. Mm-hmm. And LF System, who sings "Oh, he sees pain and passion when I look at you," they were DJing. So again, shat myself with excitement from that. And the cocktails, the rooftop, it's just brilliant. The rooms, Mike's done an amazing job of it. It's far better, less dark, claustrophobic feel than
The Edinburgh
if I dare say that. I do love the Edinburgh one, but I'm like with spaces. I do feel like you can feel a little bit like,
I can't have a room without a window for a hotel.
yeah, and these do have them actually.
Amazing.
They do. He also wanted that feeling that when you're in House of God, you feel like there's no other world outside of it.
No, I know. I think there's a good balance, isn't there?
Yeah, but this has got the rooftop garden, which is beautiful, gorgeous view of the city. And the crowd there was just the coolest people. Again, I felt like I wasn't in Glasgow. Everyone there was older than me, just amazing. Like everyone came out for a drink Thursday night.
I think that'll keep an older audience.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I really hope so.
The only thing is, it's so gorgeous that people might be like, "Oh, good for pics."
Yeah, there
really
was a few
hope-
people taking the picky wickies.
I
But
hope
anyway,
it doesn't go that way.
it was really nice space, and I really recommend you go.
And what time in the morning did you get in, Jessica?
I got in at 4 a.m. But I'll be honest with you, right?
I feel like you shaved an hour off that there.
No, it was 4. It was definitely
Okay.
4.
Right,
Because hide and seek was only open till 3. And then I went
what a
to
shame.
no, I could have stayed there all night. And then I went Blue Lagoon Chippy and then got a taxi. But annoyingly, well, not annoyingly, but my friend Nat lives in the south side and she couldn't get an Uber. Well, she had no battery, that was right. And an Uber wouldn't pick us both up. So I said to her, look, let's just get a black cab. And he charged us to hers and then hers to... So that took a good 40 minutes out of it. Anyway, I just didn't want to go home. It was one of those nights where I thought I was pissed off that I saw it was 1 a.m. I thought,
Why
I've
is it
still
so
got
late? Yeah.
hours left in me.
Yeah, so
it
you
was
weren't
good.
you weren't fresh as a daisy, shall we say, on the Friday, huh?
No, I was not. Nowhere near as bad as the hangover we had after the brunch, though. That was a week long.
Life is for living, Jessica.
Oh, yeah. And like I say, it was an unexpected night out. Richard was shook to the core, and I think he got up in shock when he heard the key in the door. And he ran to the door naked, and he was like, I went, it's me, don't worry. He went, what time is it? I went, 4? Like, you only said you were going out for dinner at 6?
That is the best night, so I do agree with you on that one.
Yeah, it was good.
Unplanned.
I'm trying to think what else I did. I went to Ely Beach at the weekend. That was gorgeous. Went to a nice sauna and went and ate at that Anstra, the fish bar, the famous fish and
famous
chips. Really
chippy.
nice experience, guys. I loved it. The chips were absolutely not the best chips I've had in the world. Don't get the hype with that, but I do get the hype with the whole experience of it.
Yep.
It was a very memorable time, even though I queued 40 minutes for some fish and chips when I think about it. Influx of messages from people that are either locals or been there. There's a place called the Wee Chippy, which is a few doors down, that everyone says is far superior. So if anyone does go to Ely or St Andrew's Way or whatever, and you want to go and get that, then go to there if the queue for Anstra the fish bar is too long.
Yeah.
So that is basically all I've done, really, with a few of the bits and bobs. Visit to Manchester, but that seems like ages ago now.
That does seem like ages ago.
Yeah.
Because was that just the weekend after we were last here?
Yeah.
Recording?
Went to Buxton, stayed in a nice Airbnb, and went to Manchester for the night with Rich. Nowhere to really shout about. I went to the firehouse again, but there was nothing really... I didn't go anywhere new, no. Oh, actually, I went to a place called Diecast, which is a great place to go if you're in a group of people. So fun, actually.
What kind of place?
Think like Dockyard Social, but
Right, okay.
far more bigger events on different rooms. It's owned by the same people as Firehouse, actually. Really recommend that.
I might go to Manchester in June, actually.
Yeah, you'd love it there. It's right near I said it to Dakota, so it was right next to that.
Yeah. My wee sister just got a new job, and it's at the Dakota Hotel.
Eurocentral?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Love that for her.
Quite a good job, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Shout out to her. I just had a couple of thoughts, just going back to being on holiday, by the way. I'll say them really quickly. One being, why does all the toilets in those wee tapas bars have no soap, have like barrels all around them? There's just like shit lying everywhere, but it's okay. It's fine, isn't it? Like, it's fine.
Spanish.
It's just fine.
Authentic.
It's like the toilets in the back wee room. It's like in the room that they could only find.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't dedicate a toilet space.
Yeah.
They just shove it in whatever wee cupboard there is at the back, basically.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that quite a lot because some of them didn't even have locks on the doors and stuff.
No.
Secondly, holiday related is how good does the shower feel at home? The first one.
Far better.
Done it?
Yeah. Froggy's back.
He is after us today. I
Right.
just think that first shower is just unbelievable.
Oh my God.
You've never felt cleaner in your life.
Couple of things I've watched. We'll keep this brief. I went to the cinema to see a film called Civil War. Didn't want to go, kicking and screaming. Fucking brilliant it was.
Right, I'd like to go to the cinema soon, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll go see that.
Yeah, I think you would like it. It was super intense.
Anyone good in it?
Yes. Julia Stiles. Have I made? No, not Julia Stiles. She's from flipping Kirsten Dunst.
Right.
And I believe the guy in it, I could be wrong, but I think he's Narcos.
I didn't ever watch that, but I know who it is.
Yeah. It's really cool. Really enjoyed it. Richard wanted to see it. Said it's a really good director. Can't for the life of me tell you what else he's directed, but something that he
And
loves.
what's that thing you've all been banging on in the chat about?
Baby Reindeer.
Is that good?
It's weird.
What's that about?
It's about a true story about a woman from Edinburgh. She was a convicted stalker and she stalked this comedian who was working at the Fringe for 6 months.
Fucking hell.
He's tolerated it for a long time until it got to the point where it was super uber weird. But the guy playing the guy in it apparently is the guy, which I find
did
odd.
see that.
I find that odd. I was watching it thinking none of this is adding up, and I believe some of it is dramatised, but I just don't understand or have much sympathy for someone that entertained this for that long, knowing that she was a convicted stalker, and you're then able to play that character.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, surely you'd be quite traumatised by that.
Because she's scary,
Right.
and she does certain things like sexual harassment and things that would traumatise you.
Yeah.
How are you? I mean, I'm only 2 episodes in, so maybe my questions will be answered. But I don't understand how a man, or anyone for that matter, could play a role when you were sexually harassed.
And you're like reliving the experiences.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Unless he wanted to and he wants to portray his story
Maybe.
and he wrote it, then I get it. But I just find it really difficult to sympathise at the moment.
I know what you mean.
And I do think there's so many points where I'm like, you could have just walked away, you could have reported us to the police. You continued to entertain this woman. But yeah, like I say, my questions may be answered in a few episodes.
Maybe
he is troubled.
Yeah.
And I was going to speak to you about a trailer that I watched. 2 trailers I watched in the cinema. One, have you seen the new Joker's coming out?
Yeah, and I thought the trailer that I did see on social media was really clever.
With Lady Gaga as
No.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I know she is, but the trailer I did see was only just him walking and doing that laughing thing.
Ah,
Like, that's all it was, and I just thought,
I love it.
that's really pulled me in.
I love that there's a scene of her in the trailer where she draws a bit of lipstick across the clear screen while they're in the prison together.
Right.
And then she's like, I just want to see you smile. Just red lips. And then he puts his lips to it and then he does his weird little joke. So it looks like a Joker face. Very cool.
I actually just really like her in films.
She's a great actress.
Which I think might be quite a controversial thing to say. But A
Star
Star
Is
Is Born made me like her. Whereas
Same.
I thought she was a Taylor Swift pest before.
She also was in the House of Gucci.
You are correct, that's a great film.
And she played a great person in that.
I forgot that film exists. I'd like to watch that again.
Long. 3 hours long.
I went to the cinema. I was numb at the end of it.
And another one we want to discuss, Back to Black, Amy Winehouse film's coming out.
Need to go and see that.
Have you seen who's cast as Amy Winehouse?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I'm not sold yet.
I'm not. The forced London accent, for me in the trailer, I was like, this is not working for me, honey, and I really hope you pull it through because,
I know, because
she deserves
Yeah.
you to do this justice.
They can't butcher her through a film. That's just not okay, in my opinion.
The person that would have played her perfectly would have been Ray.
I know I've seen a lot of people say that, but she probably wasn't a boot early enough.
She wasn't a bit early enough. She
To
didn't
get cast
blow up
for
on
that.
TikTok enough.
Nah.
So talking about things blowing up on TikTok, let's move on a little bit to Coachella.
The Influencer Olympics.
I would like you to discuss your thoughts.
I actually really enjoy seeing everyone go to Coachella. And I do quite like obviously Jilly goes and has for the last few years with a brand.
Yeah.
And I like that. Because I like seeing almost like the groups
Yeah.
of people. It's quite an easy way to see what's happening. But I do prefer the sort of like chilled, like as if you're a local side of it. Do you know what I mean? Like you can tell the local celebs from the influencers miles apart.
Oh, miles apart. And I think if you ever look in the background of all these influencers' pictures, have a look at all the other people there. They are dressed so
Just
normal. And I do think that there's a certain amount of people that don't enjoy Coachella because they think it is rammed with influencers. But actually looking at it in the background, I don't think it is. It looks like a non-crowded, cool festival.
Yeah.
With little trouble. I don't know, it just looks like a good vibe, I think. I still have no intention of wanting to go, if I'm honest.
I went through a stage of wanting to go, but now it's not something, and I'll tell you why. I don't know a single plate. Take that back. Take it back.
I need you to keep that in. It's fucking brilliant.
We need to pull it back now. I don't even speak like that normally. Anyway, I don't know a single person
That plays there.
that plays there.
They are, a lot of them are TikTok heavy. Or we're just not cool enough, Zoe.
I think we're not.
We're
cool
not Gen
enough.
Z enough.
No, I don't even think it's that. It's like it's very. I don't know what the word is. Like it's. I don't think it's. Yeah, like not my sort of music really.
Yeah.
But I would enjoy it if I was there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
know what I think, Zoe? There's a lot of people that play there that you don't realise that the songs that you like,
That's exactly
they're
it.
featured in with people like Drake or Justin Bieber or whatever. There's a lot of people like that then they're now coming up into their own, and these sort of gigs are what make them pop off.
No, I know, because they always end up bringing on people like Justin Bieber. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's great.
Right, so that's because that's actually their song, and I just assume it's just Justin's song.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention as well, with all the fashion side of things, I would love, let's use Jilly for an example, right? So Jilly, how it works with these influencers going with brands, which I'm sure it's not rocket science, but they have to choose their outfits from that collection only. I'm sure they can style it however they like with accessories and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Jilly, for example, go to Coachella off her own accord, which I think she has done before.
I think she has, yeah.
Was it last year or the year before?
I think it was a couple of years back, perhaps.
And I'd love to see what they pick.
No, I know what you mean.
But then, for example, we've got Sophia and Cinzia, who I don't really consume myself with their content that much, but I saw what they wore, and I don't think they went with a brand.
No, they didn't.
And again, I think that
was a wedding guest outfit for me.
Yeah, their outfits were definitely rented for a start, because one of them was like $3,000, wasn't it?
Must have been.
I mean, that's smart, I think. But I don't know. Do I hate it? Do I not? I'm not sure. I do agree it's wedding guests, but did they get away with it? Yeah, because it's their sort of style.
I know, and it's just for our entertainment to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine to like it or not. Because that's kind of that's what we want to see, and then kind of give our thoughts and feelings.
Because I wouldn't wear anything I wouldn't wear any of the outfit that Jilly wore this weekend, but she looked fucking amazing in every single one. And I think that's the beauty of it. You're looking at outfits that are totally not your style. You would never even think to put them together, and all these cool girlies make it work. And you just like, okay.
I'm just thinking about the nervous breakdown I would have if I was going there.
Same.
And it's hot as well.
Yeah, but apparently freezing at night.
What would us people that don't like to show any part of skin be wearing to such event? Jeans and a t-shirt?
I personally would be wearing Levi jeans, cowboy boots, and a nice top, and do my hair cute. I just would.
So would I.
I can't be that try hard and do something that does not work for me. It's simple as that.
You would maybe see me in like a kind of floaty skirt with some dots.
Yeah, cute.
The way we would go to Transmit, do you know what I mean? It doesn't.
Yeah, maybe I would do a little bit more of an effort. I don't know. I haven't been. So
a wee pleat at the front.
But I feel like I would feel pressured to make.
I know I would.
And that's just not me. I am such an easy dresser. I cover myself up as much as I can.
Yep.
If I'm in the summer, you wanted me to get skin out, strugs.
People go with bras on. Bras and wee shorts.
Listen, fair fucks. If I had that bod, I would have gone naked. I would have.
Just a sheer
Yeah.
vest.
Yep.
No, I think that if I was an influencer and I had like the body and all like that as well, I would be going there every year. Fucking great for content.
Fab.
That is your time of year to shine.
Yeah. And I think LA is so beautiful this time of year and September. Like the spring vibes, the beginning and end of summer, our summer is such a gorgeous time to go LA. Love, 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 love. So yeah, that's our roundup of Coachella. I think I didn't really see an awful lot, again, because I've been off Instagram, but I'm just getting my news from TikTok at the moment. But I felt like it kind of felt cool again. Every time I see crowds of Coachella, I always think that looks dead. Like dead festival. It's nothing like a UK festival. But this year, I felt like there was very minimal phones out in the crowd when people were recording sets. It was people enjoying dancing in the space that they've got. It wasn't rammed. It just looked like a really nice, fun festival this year. And it was the first time I thought, you know what, I would
enjoy
that. And there was quite a few surprise guests coming on with other people, artists, should I say.
I do love shit like that because you would buzz your tits off if you were there.
Oh my God. I saw Ginny say that Will Smith came out, I would have died.
I know, I said that to Jason. He was like, why would you care if he came out? I was like, it's Will Smith. That's cool as fuck.
I just love Men in Black album as well. And Justin Bieber, I think I would have loved that. I'm not a huge fan of him, but again, I would have loved it.
I think he brings the vibes.
Yeah, and I love that remix he does with Thames.
Yeah.
I don't need no other body. Great fun. Honey Dijon. See, I love that sort of music. I'm a house girly.
I do when I'm there.
Yeah.
It's just, as you said, I don't know
Who
the
they are.
details behind these songs. I also would never know them to put them on.
And do you know that Michael Beebe?
Yeah.
He has just recovered.
That's only why I know who he is, though.
Yeah. You don't know any of his. Well, pure deep hat.
Well, I would know them, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but anyway, he did a really nice set. I think at the start where he did a bit more of a speech, and it was live in the moment, look at the person next to you, and I would have probably bawled my eyes out. I loved it.
Yeah, like live your life, because you feel quite like that when you're at something like that anyway.
Yeah.
Quite appreciative of your life and like how much fun you're having, and if someone does span the works, tears.
Yeah, tears.
That's you, goner.
That was us at Casey Lights, Pasha.
That was an emotional one.
Anyway, I think that's it for the today's episode.
Yep. I've actually got a really large life update that I forgot to say in that.
What? Give us a clue.
It's to do with Quinn management.
Oh, come on. Let's tell the main. We won't tease you and make you go over to Patreon for this.
Fine. I've got an office.
Yay!
A little shared space.
Gorgeous.
And I'm buzzing about it. Gets me at the house, do you know what I mean?
And when do you get the keys for this?
Friday. This week. I'll be productive, boss bitch.
Boom, boom, boom.
So,
have you got any spaces for any social media management or influencer management on your books?
Absolutely, always.
So if anyone wants to join me and any businesses wants to join Zoe's
QM
roster, hit her up.
Hit me up. You know where I am.
I feel like you need to get a few more like content creators on your books, and it's definitely one of them where it's thinking the right person for you, isn't it? So if anyone out there is wanting to...
It's a hard one because it's a very time-consuming, almost like personal assistant position, which I love and thrive at.
Yeah, you do.
But with also then doing the other side of the business, it's just hard to split the time, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I feel like you enjoy managing me a lot in the Quinn management side of things. So I think you need to do more of that, really. Well, I know you, I'm not telling you need to. You know you want to, but it's finding the right people.
Yep, definitely.
Because you can choose to be picky in this industry, can't you? You don't have to manage any old
for sure
fucker. We also had a really gorgeous message off the Pie Man, but I'm going to read that on the Patreon because it is too long. But yeah, so head over there if you want to.
It was lovely chatting with you, Jess.
Yeah, it was lovely chatting to you too. Catching up.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back. We will discuss some new things that we've bought, a couple of random funny as fuck thoughts, and some listener messages.
Absolutely.
So join us over there if you want some extra side dish fun.
And if not, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye guys.
Bye.